Hi, I'm Lasca Lawniczak, and this is my final for Paper Screen Spring 2018 for my package design. Starting off with the research, I went to Publix and I looked at rice and pasta. I wasn't sure which one I wanted to do at the initial stages in the research and development section. So I went with both, and I was looking at both. They both tended to have like a very plain, boring, white, generally not eye-catching design that lots of the brands were holding on to, but there were some more colorful rice packages that I did like and enjoy, and pasta packages. Looking at pasta packages, I found some very nice, simple, clean, illustrative styles that I was really into, particularly this Bonza brand. I really liked their back panel and informative and plain and simple it was with the two colors. I really liked that. I also really liked their patterning on the side panel. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a box or a pouch at this point, so I looked at both. I really liked this Barilla Organic branding. I liked the illustrative style, and I also really liked the shaped windows, and I wanted to incorporate that in my design as well. One that I didn't like as much was this Near East rice pilaf mix. It was very, I don't know, it's typical of what you find in the store, and that's why I didn't like it. It didn't stand out at all to me, and it was just an example of what most of these boxes look like. I found one pouch I didn't like, which is here in the bottom right. It was just kind of boring. Pouches don't give you as much room to work with. They only have three sides. They have the front and back, and the bottom, which you can't really even print on. There wasn't anything on the back of most of the pouches I found. So there wasn't a lot to go off of or work with at the store, but this one I did like. This is a mirror, and I enjoyed that they kind of have an inflated pouch with all 6 sides, and if my mock-up had had an option for the side panel, I would have kind of like channeled this Amira's nutrition facts panel. I really like that this is printed kind of somewhere where it's not taking away from the design, but it's still there and you can still find it easily, and it shows you the product behind it. I just thought that was really nice. I also looked at granola bar boxes because I liked the size of them, and for my idea, which is the phone-saving rice, the Drice, I thought they were kind of the perfect size, and if I had gone with a box, I would have done one about this size. The Oatmega ones were what I liked. Once again, illustrative, sans serif. I liked their hierarchy of information and their color scheme. I thought it was simple, but got the point across, and I enjoyed how their nutrition facts were on the right and not on, turned horizontally and not on one of the sides. I thought that it was just different and nice, and I kind of took some things from this design as well, even though I ended up doing a pouch. For my concept, I have the phone-saving rice or Drice. It took me a full day to find the name, and that's kind of embarrassing. I had some really bad ideas like batter rice and rice circuit. I knew I wanted to do the phone-shaped window, and I knew I wanted to have a how-to panel, even if I did it as a box, and I knew what font I wanted, or what kind of font I wanted. It took me a while to find the right one. Eventually, as I was sketching, I realized that a pouch made the most sense because you could just stick your phone right in it and seal it up, and you wouldn't need a third container to dump the rice and the phone into. I also messed with the patterns. I knew what I wanted to do in the beginning with the patterns and the colors, and I actually have, right here, ideas for places to look for my design. So I have bowling alley carpet, jazz cup, and Nickelodeon 90s, which were kind of the ideas I wanted to appeal to millennials or 90s kids who might be dropping their phones in water. So here are the jazz cups, the bowling alley carpets, even public transportation seats, MTV, back to the 90s. This was the kind of vibe I was going for. And without knowing it, I was also channeling a Memphis style, which I didn't know the term, but I'd seen the pattern style before in some places. I specifically this bottom right one I'd seen before, and I thought it was really cute, and I just kind of forgot about it. But as you can see, I'm channeling it. I didn't know, but I really like it, so I tried to more fully incorporate it after I'd seen it. For development, I don't have a lot because we just did mock-ups, but I did struggle with the pattern. As you can see, I went through many iterations trying to remove the gaps. I even ended up accidentally making this monster, but I think I eventually got it right. For here and here, these are 2 different patterns actually with the same elements, but it turned out in the end. For my final product, here it is as a mock-up stand-up with the phone window, which kind of got washed out with the settings on the mock-up, but it was the nicest one I found. And I searched for a long time. And here is the back. I chose the charcoal gray sides because I thought it was a nice antithesis for the pink, and it kind of made it more of like a unisex brand as opposed to the bright pink being for like, oh, girl rice or something. I also I have the horizontal nutrition facts, which I found from an actual rice package. Here's what it looks like as the PDF. I have a margin on the top and bottom because otherwise it got cut off by my thing, my mock-up. I have this, which overlaps the screen, which I thought made it kind of more interactive without being too busy, which I had to worry about with all my colors and patterns and the strokes I used. Here's the back as a PDF. I have ingredients, nutrition facts, my logo's bigger. I have a product of the USA and some arbitrary information that just make it look more like a real package. The logo I came up with as a creative kitchen company, as someone who was making food, but not just for food's sake. But you could eat it if you wanted to. So I teach you how to use it. I have a dryness indicator, a moisture indicator, and then I also have the nutrition facts, and on the front I say you can also eat it as 1 serving of jasmine rice. So there's that. I have the logo up here again, which I developed specifically for this product. It's not a logo that I had already made. And I think that'll do it. As you can see, the teardrop is on here. When it turns black again or shows rice through it, it would show that your product is dry, your phone.